Uh, I want to talk about some ghost build, which is not realistic particles of bills in the contemporary theory, but is a necessary explanation for some case theory for the non-abelian case. But I want to explains about the ghost bills, only collective meaning, some quantitative, some formula derivation process will be omis. And I just refer to the contemporary theory written by the Sradaniki. So already we showed that such a non-abelian gate theory gives some self-instructions and it has behaviors of the asymptotic reasons in the effective gate theory. And such Young-Mills theory as a simple examples of the non-abelian gates. The past integrals are given like that with the generating functional integralized over some specific Gazy boson fields, dA, and there are some kinetic terms that we knew with the such non-abelian gauge bosons are included in the field strengths, and there are some phase factor exponentials, I actions, which are defined by the Lagrangians, and there are also some additional source terms. Systems exist for representing some generating functions with the past integral formalism and other some interactions in the young mysterious is omitted. Just we want to consider about some propagators for the non-abelian gauge boson. Um, Now some gauge transformations. For the U1 case, the gauge transform through the gauge bosons are given like that. And there are some partial mu and some scalar functions that are. So there are no gauge redundancy in the path integral because such a partial mu is parallel to the k mu. So we can sort out such is gauge boson a mu is parallel to the mountain box just came in. But in the non-abelian case, there are additional terms with the non-zeros commutators between the gauge bosons and the gauges such as freedoms with some specific scalar function, and the ideal makes the additional term with the structure constants and in terms of the generators for the real algebra, and from that such a generated terms and the partial mu terms, we can combine sort of the both two terms with the covariant derivatives. So it makes some gauge redundancy in the past integral because the mu's might not be the parallel to the such Montenbach test or the gauge boson. So that's a problem in the non-abelian case in the gauge transformation. So there are some of the gauge fixing conditions given like that. G is defined as a partial mu like mu minus omega. Omega is some function. And if we give that omega is just a zeros, then that's just a Lorentz case and some Coulomb case and the Lorentz case. Such things will be represented here. And from the such a gauge fixing condition, there will be some of the additional terms like the Jacobians, the determinant forms will be the added in the generating function. And also there are some delta functions of the gauge fixing conditions that will be multiplied together. And from this Jacobians and the delta function from the gauge fixing condition, such as determinant terms and delta functions can be represented with some Gaussian integral with some Grassmann number or Grassmann variable. So Grassmann variable is the anti-commutative numbers with some specific algebra. So there are the some of the Gaussian integral, which is exponential forms with some quadratic form. And originally, if there are some of the real numbers in here, that if the result of the Gaussian integral is one of the some determinant of the such a quadratic form, but the case of the Grassmann variable, which is anti-commutating number, the result of the Gaussian integrals is proportional to the determinant of the quadratic matrix. So from that, such as Jacobian term, which is determinant forms of the gauge fixing conditions, can be represented with the Gaussian integrals with the such a Grossman variable. So there might be some actions which including sort of the quadratic forms with the Grossman variable. So we also have the actions of the ghost. And the actions of the ghost can be represented with the Lagrangians. And such a Lagrangians can be represented with the T Grossman number, which is the Bellarian field, which is on the spinor, and some quadratic terms. There is a partial mu and covariant derivative terms as a quadratic matrix. And if we expanded this Lagrangian of the ghost field, then there is a partial mu and some coupling constant, structure constant, and some a mu gauge boson fields, which is interaction between the gauge field and the ghost field in terms of appears from such a covariant derivative. So such a ghost field does not exist in realistic world, but so it will give some zero amplitude actually, but during the calculation of some loop corrections, it will give some specific amplitude. So we deal about to the calculations of the one loop corrections of the gauge boson sub and z in the non-Abelian theory. So it is approximately asymptotic freedom behavior of the non-Abelian theory. And both the Abelian case, there are no ghosts because such a structure constant is zero. So we do not discuss about the no ghost. We do not consider about the ghost fields in Abelian theory case. And they also we could introduce the Lagrangians for the gauge fixing, and there are some additional factors like omega and K might be introduced. And there are also some PRS symmetry, which is somewhat advanced. Some topics that are somewhat larger game symmetry after the such gauge fixing, and I will explain that part later in another video. And from the above Lagrangians about the ghost field, there might be such interactions possible, which is ghost, and such a gluons or gauge bosons betas. And from the such a betas, such a one correction by the ghost fields is possible for the gauge bosons of energy. So that is some of the qualitative explanations of the ghost fields with the what's the meaning of the ghost fields, and that should be introduced to explanation about the case, theories of the non-Abelian case.